Hello, welcome, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to... What are we doing again? I don't know, it's been like how long? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right, the plane thing. We're doing the plane thing. Right. Well, either way, hello and welcome back to this episode 1 of the round of 16 for Fighter Jet Roundtable Season 2. From here on out, it is only episode winners competing against each other to determine which aircraft is the top dog. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get on down to the watchtower and the roundtable and see what aircraft are going to be throwing down today. And after a very, very long time, we are finally back down here in the beautiful desert that is the Round Table, checking out the wonderful watchtower with our little friend Kaz Kerman, and some somewhat familiar and yet unfamiliar faces. So, just to break things down for you, the way the round of 16 is going to work is that each episode will feature 4 competitors. Those 4 competitors will fight it out until there is only one left standing, and those 4 aircraft that are left after the 4 episodes will then throw down in the finale, and we will determine who among them is the top aircraft. But until then, there's a lot of fighting that needs to get done, and lots of aircraft to get through. So let's get started on that by heading over here to, well, the 66th Air Force Unit GALM, otherwise known as GALM Team. We have the F-16CX Cypher and Pixie sent in by Mirrors. So let's click on that and hop on down here. See how things are going, shall we? These 2 aircraft are largely identical. There are probably some small changes in loadout and preferences for AI tuning and that sort of thing. What they are, I'm not quite sure. We can see what kind of ammunition they have here for their missiles. I'm not going to bother reading them all out because you can see them right there. So we can see it's pretty much an F-15. Pretty much an F-15, but it's got the canards there, very much like the STD model. I think it's STD or SDT or something. Hopefully it's not STD. Yes, my humor is as good as ever. Either way, we can see this one is colored very much like Pixie from Ace Combat. Well, nope, sorry, Cypher. That one is Pixie. This one is Cypher. Yeah, super fun. And, yeah, looking pretty slick. Mirrors definitely did a good job making these aircraft. So there's Cypher. Let's go ahead and get over here to Pixie. As we can see, Pixie does, in fact, have, well, slightly different loadout. You'll notice the HVAA down here, as opposed to something else. I think Cypher has QAMs. No? QAM? No, in fact, Cypher is using the MMM, which received a bit of an upgrade specifically for the finals here, the round of 16. Instead of using standard AIM-9, BDA AIM-9 missiles, they are allowed to use the HHQ-10 missiles from the KBF pack. This aircraft, as I said before, is the other half over here for GALM Team, whatever. We've got Pixie, One-Wing Pixie, who earned that nickname because he was able to land his aircraft with only one wing. Contrary to what I believed many years ago when I first heard that, I thought it was a play on Sephiroth, one-winged angel, solo-wing pixie. Anyway, so that is our first finalist that is going to be flying through the sky. Let's go ahead and get on over to the other aircraft here, sent in. Well, we'll get to that. And on the other side, returning all the way from Episode 2 of Fighter Jet Roundtable Season 2, we have the CFA-44 Nosferatu, looking lean, mean, and very, very red. Sent in by none other than the legend that is Mustache. Yes, the man with the named after the curly facial hair returns. This aircraft is very much a different beast than the one that showed up in Episode 2. It has been largely retailored, retuned, and rebuilt for maximum lethality, sporting those classic dual EML guns. That made this thing so deadly and scary in the first place. This one here is the Orlok. It is actually, based off of the original, carrying EMLs. Fun fact, Count Orlok was the name of the vampire creature in Nosferatu. So, Count Orlok, that's why it's been called that. As we can see, it's got a nice, very, especially with those intercept missiles. Those are basically known as the poor man's MPBM, so we'll see how those fare. Anyway, let's go ahead and get over here to the Nosferatu Zod. This one named, named for the character from Berserk, as it were. So taking a look at this gorgeous airplane in the black coloring, we can see this one's looking pretty nasty. But other than, it's got a arc light EML, one of the new weapons added specifically for this round. This gun fires a triple burst before reloading and cooling down, making it a very unique choice, to say the least. And with it mounted snugly in the nose, it's going to be deadly accurate and very, very scary indeed. Both of these aircraft could end the competition with a single shot from their weapons, but that remains to be seen. Will Cypher and Pixie, named as the Demon Lords of the Round Table, be able to take out, the undead that is the Nosferatu? Well, stay tuned, ladies and gents, because we are ready for an Ace Combat-themed showdown. And here we are, starting for round one. Boy, I tell ya, both of these aircraft are great, and I love all the planes that made it all the way to finals. Well, most of them anyway. There are a few I'm not particularly fond of, but either way, let's get round one underway. For the first round of 16, we are set to 20,000 meters, and make sure everything is on. Paintball mode is disabled. Infinite ammo is on. We are set and ready to start the competition yet again. And we are off. Alright, at any moment the competition should be starting. Thanks to this fun little competition clock up here, you can see how much time I've actually had to wait. And competition starts officially for the first round, the round of 16. Mustache versus Mirrors. Two M names of mightiness. Let's see how these two perform, shall we? As they close in. I am honestly already thinking about what's going to happen for Season 3. There's going to be some interesting changes between now and then. But of course, there's going to be things between then, perhaps not from me, but from others. Either way, Cypher and Pixie get their missiles off first, flying toward the Nosferatu pair. Nosferatu's firing those missiles. I would be willing to bet those are those chonky intercept missiles. Dropping chaff and flares, trying to avoid enemy missiles. Pixie has 4 intercept missiles coming toward him. Looks pretty good on the evasion, though. Yep, all of those miss. Something very nearly hits the Zod. First missiles are away, and for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and get to the Orlok. Firing AIM-9X's close range at Cypher and Micah IRs. Not known particularly for their accuracy, but still quite powerful. And let's go ahead and turn on that auto cam. It'll now switch between aircraft. See how things are going. Ooh, and Orlok's getting lit up. Pixie exploded by Cypher. Looks like Zero is being relived here at this point. Cypher wanting to go it alone. I guess he, well, you know, maybe he thinks he works better alone. Ooh, and a very near hit between those two aircraft there. It's now a 2v1. Those AIM-9Xs are, well, they're known. They used to be known as the team-killing missiles for obvious reasons now. Being said, aircraft turning hard, trying to get in. Missiles at close range coming in. We have a clean strike from a close-range meteor kill. Meteors, normally long-range missiles, but still deadly, deadly in close ranges. And, well, after some interesting team killing, the first victory goes to the Nosferatu. Let's get into round 2. And we're back for round 2 between these two fighters. Let's get the competition going. Well, let's hope that Cypher and Pixie can put their differences aside and work together to overcome their enemy. After all, nobody likes infighting. Why can't we be friends? I'd put a sound clip there, but I'm pretty sure that I would get copyright striked. And once again, we should be getting very close to competition start. The Nosferatu pair are turning around. Cypher and Pixie are pulling away. They'll hit 20 kilometers any second. There it is! Competition officially starting. And once again, Cypher and Pixie getting their missiles off first. Definitely going to be hitting that auto button soon as the first missiles pass their targets or hit. Ooh! Arclight shooting at Cypher, coming from the Zod, as it were. Ooh, very close there. All right, first missiles are away, hitting the auto button. Looks like it's decided to go with Cypher. AIM-9X being fired at longer range. Both Nosferatus sticking together. Should note that they are in fact on Miura's squadron. Kind of interesting. Ooh, things getting close. Oh no, Pixie getting smashed by a close-range meteor. Cypher, well, Pixie actually still alive. Both aircraft still alive. The fights right now are absolutely explosive. Ooh! Orlok getting cored out by the looks of things. Yep. Oh! That looked... Oh! Orlok and Pixie getting absolutely annihilated by a Micah IR. Cypher is effectively alone. Once again, Cypher, well, Cypher basically killing his teammate. In the interest in killing the Orlok there. It's coming down to a turn fight, though, and, well, Cypher is quite good at that. Arclight trying to line up, otherwise known as the Ram Dow. The weapon selection. Cypher trying to launch a close-range shot. Ooh! We have a Ram, but very little parts were actually lost. Orlok is now down. Landed timer will knock that aircraft out. The Zod is still damaged. This could be anybody's fight still. Zod clinging to life, as the undead tend to do. You can see it maneuvering hard to try and stick here with Cypher. Cypher isn't known as the Demon Lord of the Round Table for nothing. Getting close to peak FJRT here, which is a term for turn fights where the aircraft are basically turning at the same rate. However, it's looking like Cypher actually has the turn advantage. Maybe not the stability advantage, but definitely turn capability. Zod is going to have to pull some fancy flying to get Cypher off his tail. It's not looking like we're going to be able to do that, though. We are very back and forth here. Ooh! Zod getting dangerously close to the ground there. Holy shit! Cypher trying to lock up a kill shot. Looks like it's trying to actually aim at the cockpit. Very dangerous. Close-range missiles being fired. Ooh! Sound like BK-27's going off. Zod taking more damage, but those engines are still up and running. Both these aircraft just do not care. And Zod, having taken a lot of damage, still trying to fight the Cypher here. Cypher lines up again! That plane has a lot of HP, but it's not going to be able to take it for long. Can it still maneuver despite being so... It can! The gimbal on those Saturn engines just saving it there, and there's only one engine left. Though at this point, I'm pretty sure there's no way that the Zod can possibly kill the Cypher. All it's got left is the arc light in the nose, and it slams into the terrain. That means that Cypher, and mostly just Cypher, win round 2. We're going to a round 3. I'd expect nothing less from, you know, finalists and all that. Whew. Here we are for round 3 between these planes. Let's get it started. Whew, boy, I tell ya. These planes are fighting tooth and nail to try to figure out who's going to be the one moving on, and Pixie eats shit. And we're back for round 3 between these fighters. Let's go ahead and start the competition. I tell you, these two competitors have been just fighting and fighting hard to try to get to where they're going. Cypher, Pixie, don't hit each other. Pixie, what are you doing? Oh, Pixie, proving that, you know, he can still fly really close to his wingman, even if it means he almost hits the ground. All right, well, they're in the air and haven't exploded, so that means, hopefully, things will go off without a hitch. Any second now, the competition should be starting. Hey, as usual, Kaz, perfect timing. And that's not just due to good editing, I promise. It really isn't, though. Anyway, fast forward to the missile phase. And here we are, as per tradition, Cypher and Pixie getting their missiles off first. Hopefully Pixie doesn't get absolutely obliterated by Cypher again. I can't believe it. Every single time Pixie has been shot down in this fight, it's been due to Cypher. Oh, boy. All right. Okay, missiles coming in there. Missing Cypher. Oh! EML shots from the arc light. All right, and we're going to auto camera. Here we go. And this time it looks like it wants to follow the Nosferatu, which, ooh, that was an interesting shot. Just like that, we've got Cypher coming in, firing missiles rapidly toward the Orlok. Love that BD. Oh, Zod getting hit by a meteor from Cypher. still alive and still appears to be flying well, though I would be very surprised if many of its munitions survived that. Missiles converging on one another. Zod pulling up to try and avoid collision. Ooh, Orlok being smashed by Micah IR from Cypher again. Not looking good this time. Ooh! Pixie getting the kill steal from Cypher. That's a good shot. Missile close range detonation. And Cypher absolutely annihilating. Whew. Cypher just absolutely obliterating that. Cypher and Pixie moving on for the first episode of the round of 16. Mustache, congratulations on making it so far, man. You just shed blood, sweat, and tears over that aircraft, and I have nothing but pride for how beautiful it was. Well, thank you for participating, and, well, I hope you'll be rooting, well, I hope you'll join me in everybody tipping their hat to Mustache. And a solid congratulations to Mirrors. Either way, let's get to our next group of competitors. And here we are for the second group of aircraft. We have the MF-21 Phoenix 4, well, D and S, sent in by none other than Mecha Meme. These aircraft, well, the originals anyway, were the winners of Episode 1. That's just from memory, by the way. I don't remember what episode Android was, though that's who has the Inferno Evo 3s over here, Primarch and Prez. Those are sent in by Android Elite. I want to say he was episode 5, but it's been a while and I can't quite remember. I'd have to go look it up, and I'm too lazy. F you guys. I want to get this out quickly. Either way, let's go ahead and take a look at this. First off, we have the Phoenix 4D. I believe that's Rinascita. It's, I'm told it's Italian. Very Macross looking, which of course I enjoy. Even down to the Gauade Avenger down there. Yep, Gauade Avenger gun pod, which is very Macross. This aircraft is just beautiful. I know it received a massive, complete rebuild since Episode 1. Due largely in part to getting a little bit of help from Stardust, one of the other competitors in the tournament. And just gotta say, looking pretty slick there with these 2 extra little engines along with the Saturns. Very, very cool. Let's take a look at those weapons, shall we? We've got the... it's actually a Gauade, but he's named it the GU-11 55mm rotary cannon. Wouldn't it be neat if someone were to make something like that for Season 3 of FJRT? Maybe as a special weapon? Just ideas. Either way, we see that we've got 120Ds, AIM-9Xs, HHQ-10 missiles, which is the upgrade for the MMM, or otherwise known as the Macross Missile Massacre. That is what these are down here. There's 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Don't worry, Phoenix, my friend, Mecha. Don't worry, Mecha, I got you covered there. Either way, so that's that one. Let's go to the Unala over here. Very, kind of, almost feel like I should have had these guys fight Cypher and Pixie. I mean, this one's got the Pixie wing and everything. Kind of looking pretty cool. Of course, they're rocking the Delta Flight logo. Macross, from Macross Delta, of course. A lot of very, very pretty little details that I didn't notice before. Ejection seat logos, the nose step logos, GAU-22 here in the nose. Oh no, those are hidden Vulcans. Never mind. It is very possible. There are actually 3. I think that's what that is. Nope, GAU-22 and 2 Vulcans. So, got a triple gun threat here coming from the Unala. And rocking HPAAs, otherwise known as high-power air-to-air missiles. These are actually, well, new for the finals, anyway. Close-range, heat-seeking, very powerful missiles, not particularly agile. A little bit of a gamble, but if they're set up right, they will decimate the enemy. So, looking cool. The Phoenixes, I do love these aircraft. And I love the aircraft on the other side. Speaking of which, let's take a look at those. And while I'm going to call A-Team Delta Flight for all this, well, since they've got the pretty Delta logos, this is the CFW-1 Blaze Squadron. We're being represented today by the Inferno Evo 3s, Primarch, and Prez. Everybody's favorite WSO has finally gotten her own aircraft over there. So let's take a look at this one, and very much similar to the original Inferno that we saw way back in its own episode. This one, however, rocking a custom Jolly Rogers logo. Boy, I wonder who could have taken time out of their day to make that. Plus these beautiful stripes along the side here, along the cockpit, and well, very cool. I did look at all this. All this detail work just on the cockpit. Like, I mean, come on, that's awesome. And on the intakes too. Gosh, man, I love it when people take time to like decorate their stuff. It's just so cool. This one running with 2 GAU-22s and HPAAs along with the machine guns. Pretty sure those are GAU-22s right there. MGS. Probably the gun in the cockpit, which probably has been disabled as it wouldn't be allowed to use it. Looking pretty slick, the Inferno. Also a beautiful design in general. Let's go ahead and get to Prez. Prez, they have the exact same loadout as it is. Prez, of course, also has a bunch of very, very pretty designs here. And detailing, which of course I like. They got the blue stripes along the edges, very cool. And the custom... well, that's not quite custom, though that is a flag decal that I added a while back, just for shits and giggles. We have the anti-theft device, so we can make sure that both aircraft are located should they be stolen. Yep, looking pretty slick. Those HPAAs are going to be very powerful, but we've got MMM and HPAA on the other side. Should be entertaining. Well, that's enough talking by me. Let's get these two planes into the skies. And here we are for round 1 between these aircraft. Mecha Meme versus Android Elite. The Phoenix versus the Inferno. Based only off of names alone, this should be a very hot and spicy fight. Let's get them into the skies and find out. And the match should be starting any second. There it is. Competition starts. Prez and Primarch turning to the Renacita and Unala. Looks like the Phoenixes getting their fire off first toward the Infernos. The Infernos are not actually built to be stealth aircraft, focusing primarily and universally on performance, which is a choice that not that many people have made. But we can see with those 3 engines, well, it's 3 engines versus 4 engines, but, well, to be fair, the Typhoon engines on the back of the Phoenixes are, well, they're not that powerful. That being said, first missiles have been fired from the Phoenixes and have missed the Infernos, 120Ds. Now, 120Ds are being launched toward the Phoenixes, and en masse. Looks like 6 missiles. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit the auto button and get into the fray. And one of the Phoenixes immediately getting in. Looks like very carefully evading those 120Ds. It's like finally ones are coming in there. Beautiful pass from the Phoenix as it launches a missile. Gosh, I love this auto camera, man. Look at that. Whoa! Holy mackerel! And Prez spinning around, chasing that target. Oh, HPAA being hit. Oh no, one of the Phoenixes being taken out by a very angry Prez, and a second HPAA taking out the other Phoenix. Will the Phoenixes be able to rise from the flames of the Inferno to claim victory? Or will this end in round 2? Let's find out. And here we are for round 2, Infernos versus Phoenix, and go! I'm always happy to see things go to a round 3. The runtime might not, but, I mean, round 3 means we've had some really exciting fights until that point. So, here's hoping the Phoenixes rise from the ashes of defeat and take this to round 3. Any second now, and competition starts. Bada bing, bada boom. And as soon as the Phoenixes get around, they should be firing. Alright, missiles are in the air, and rather than watching the dots, let's go to autocam, so maybe we can get some better looks at these aircraft before everything hits the fan, shall we? Very pretty cockpit view. I sure do love that that was added. Present Primarch moving to evade the missiles coming in. Inferno's launching missiles en masse. Pretty sure those are the 120Ds. Yep, they are. Here they come. Zipping in at high speed. Turning to try and evade those 120Ds. Dropping chaff. Ooh! Those missiles were so close! Holy shit! Woo! And now they've got, looks like heat seekers after them. Maybe a mix. Definitely a mix of weapon. Those Phoenixes are trying to keep their speed up. They can only do so much when they're trying to evade heat-seeking missiles. PL-10 being, well, eaten in the face by the Rinascita. Unala also getting hit. This is not looking good for the Phoenixes. They did indeed rise from the ashes of Episode 1 to make it all the way here. To Episode 16, and even with a complete rebuild, they seem to be struggling against the might of the Inferno's flames. Jeez! Prez and Primarch showing some wingman power by working together to annihilate one of the Phoenixes. Its wingman trying to get in there to break things up, but not very successfully. Nala basically just gliding at this point. Prez whipping around. Oop, we've got a ram. But, of course, Primarch loses no parts for that. Oh, double teamed all the way. Yikes. That leaves... oh, no. The Rinascita has no engines. It's got intakes, but no engines. Gunfire converging on the target from Prez and Primarch. Prez is just full of rage. Oh, filled with so much rage, she is totally down to just chop her own wing off, use it as a cutting edge. And like it's nothing, just casually spins around and pulls out. That is the power of the Inferno. Through the fire and the flames, indeed. We have our first set of finalists for Episode 1. Hey, let's get to it. All right, here we are. The first fight of the finals for the... Oh boy, man, I tell you, I'm excited for this. Woo! All right, well, let's get him into the air. Here we go, start competition. We've got two pairs of wingmen here, Cypher and Pixie, and Primarch and Prez. Inferno versus Galm. Or, Blaze versus Galm. Let's just, well, let's see if the Demon Lord of the Round Table can hold up against the intense fire of Blaze Squadron. I hope you're as hyped as I am, guys. I sure am. Woo-hoo. Here we go. You know, now that we are moving on to the round of 16 here, there are going to be people who, well, they don't have another chance to submit until next season, whenever that is. But nobody who's gotten this far is really a loser. The blood, sweat, tears, and many, many, many hours of testing and tweaking allowed all these people to get here, and that's worth noting. Especially now, on the eve of some people's defeat. Competition starts, but at the end of the day, competition has to end. Someone has to lose. After all, there's no real points for second best in the round table. You just do the best you can and enjoy the ride. Let's cut to the missile act, shall we? And here we go. Missile phase officially starts. Both aircraft launching their missiles at one another. I am going to go over here and hit the auto cam and let these two sets of aircraft duke it out. I can feel it now. The hype is rising. Like a flame. Like an aircraft, a silver bullet, ascending to the heavens. All that's left now is the fight. The G-forces, the bullets and missiles flying through the air. Afterburners hot, leaving a streak across the sky. Or in some cases, a cloud of debris.
Box 2.
Either way, there is in fact a fight happening here. Cypher and Pixie still apparently working together. Maybe they've decided to... Oh! That was rough. Oh! Cypher colliding into the ground after a ram. That is never good. Pixie, though, finally ready to, well, show what he's made of now that his wingman has, gotten intimately acquainted with the ground. Prez, however, getting obliterated by Pixie at close range. Pixie versus Primarch. Oh, and a ram! A catastrophic ram! Oh, man. Pixie... And therefore, Galm team wins the first bout. This has been brutal. Whew. Let's get to round 2. There's your winning aircraft. Just for reference, that aircraft is a winner. And here we are for the second fight between these two aircraft. Let's get them into the air. Now that being said and done, I am really, really hoping we get to a round 3 between these fighters. That would just be the most awesome freaking thing. And competition starts. This could be the final fight for episode 1 of the round of 16. Cypher, Pixie, Primarch, and Prez. Truly, wingmen teams for the ages. Let's just hope that Cypher continues to behave himself and does not blow Pixie out of the sky. Again. And missiles are in the air. Let's go ahead and get down here. Auto camera on. Dogfight activate. Let's get into the thick of things. Just slip on over here to the camera tools and make sure. Okay, good, it is. Whoop, here we go. Focusing in on Primarch as both aircraft zip in, keeping a speed of close to Mach 1. Very nearly missing that missile. Well, very nearly having that missile miss, or having it hit. Words fail me as I watch these two aircraft fight it out. Missile being launched there by... Oh boy. This could get nasty. Flares are flying. Whoa! Two very close shots there. Pixie looks like hot on the tail of Primarch. HVAA being fired at close range. Inferno getting some good shots on one of the F-15s. Pixie, however, lighting up. I don't know which one that is. Whoop. Primarch, head on. This is an actual furball going on right now. We've got aircraft going everywhere. Uh-oh. Cypher exploded. Doing an HPAA shot. Once again, Pixie by himself. Primarch was pretty slow there. Luckily, he was able to get behind it. Prez tracking hard on Pixie. Like a surly kitty cat chasing a cricket. The fight continues. Prez lining up some good shots on Pixie, and that is a kill!
That was a little close for my luck.
That means we are going to a round 3 between these aircraft, ladies and gents.
All targets down. Are they ready to give up yet?
I couldn't have hoped for anything, and a beautiful shot. Okay, now I couldn't have hoped for anything else. Absolutely gorgeous. And here we are. Round 3 between these fighters. Cypher and Pixie versus Primarch and Prez. Could be anybody's fight here, ladies and gents. Whew. I tell you, my heart is beating. These fights have been nothing but just knuckle grinding. All right. Good luck to both our competitors. And the match has started. Cypher and Pixie turning around, Primarch and Prez getting in position. Both teams of aircraft are now facing each other down in their final fight. Only one aircraft can walk away the victor of this episode and move on to the round of 4. Well, one competitor. They're technically 2 different kinds of aircraft. You know, that kind of fun thing. And Primarch and Prez getting their stuff off. Here we go. Dogfight camera activated, auto cam. And we're looking at Pixie, trying to avoid those long-range missiles from Primarch and Prez. Those 3 Saturn engines give the give the Infernos a whole lot of power, but a whole lot of heat on the same time. They'll probably evade the 120Ds without much problem, but they're going to have problems when it comes to evading the heat-seeking missiles. Primarch taking a close range. Oh! Cypher. Oh, PL-10 and an AIM-9X. Absolutely eradicating. Just destroying Cypher. It's now a 2v1. Pixie may only need one wing, but can he do this by himself? Prez taking damage from the Micah IR. Pixie getting some good shots onto the enemy aircraft there. Ooh, and Prez actually missing an engine. That is not good. And Primarch getting some good shots onto the cockpit area of Pixie. Oh, and he's lost an intake. That's not good. I guess they decided to aim for the front air intake, huh?
Grand slams. Watch all bandits.
Oh, jeez. And Primarch this time actually getting the final kill. And nary a ram was seen. You know, I'll take it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's clear who our victor of the first episode of the round of 16 is. None other than the Inferno Evo 3, sent in by Android Elite. Primarch and Prez will be going on to the round of 4. We have our first finalist, ladies and gents. Stay tuned for more. Until then, I've been Kaz. Happy building, and happy blasting.